Hey y'all, it's Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another weekend reading vlog. We are starting a little bit early this weekend. It is currently Friday night. We have no plans this weekend. It's supposed to rain a lot this weekend. Whether or not it actually does is another question entirely, because it was supposed to rain in San Antonio all week long and we haven't gotten any yet. So we don't have anything on the agenda. In terms of reading, I also don't have any plans. I haven't been reading much, actually. I did read Jane Eyre this week. Please see my Goodreads review. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I did try to read Organ Meats today, and I made it 13 minutes into the audiobook before I DNF'd. I knew at 4 minutes in, I already hated it. I got to the part where the little girl is shitting through a fence. And then she says that she released a fart that could scent the city. I was done after that. I can't do it. And I didn't read anything else all day. I do know that I want to finish this. If you are new here, hello. I've never read Throne of Glass before in its entirety. This is my 4th try. I'm reading this for Moss 101. Moss 101 is a made-up collegiate course that I created that I'm doing by myself, where I am deep diving into all of the text to find all of the connections, all of the eggs, all of the things. And I'm really struggling. I've been reading this for way too long and I hate it. I have a little less than 100 pages and then I can move on in the series, but I'm so ready to not be in this specific book anymore. I hate it. I think Selena is a fucking meathead. I think Kale is a fucking meathead. I don't like it. I don't like this one. I did give book 1 4 stars though, but I guess maybe that was just for all the shit that I found buried in the text. I don't know. Yeah, I want to finish this just to get it done and out of the way. And I don't have any other solid plans. I have plenty of options, have things I should read, but I'm not going to put all of that out into the universe just in case. So I am going to shower. So get ready for Pajama Chelsea. And we're just going to chill. We are just going to vibe. We're going to hang out. We're going to have evening coffee, which is my favorite coffee. And we're just going to do the thing. Hi, babe. Will you see Mama's soup? Morning. Happy Saturday. You didn't get any updates from me last night because I am officially a crampy vampy and I fell asleep. I did get further into Crown of Midnight, and let me tell you, so I picked this book up last night fully intending to finish it. I had just over 100 pages left. It's like, I can just knock it out. It's fine. So I'm reading and I'm reading and I'm reading and I'm like, hell yes. Like, I bet you I read a shit ton of pages already. I read 30. I read 30 pages. The tabs are getting a lot more intense. I bitched about this book incessantly when I started this vlog, but I'm like enjoying this section that I'm in right now. So as you can see, well, I don't know how well you can see, I've got 2 tab colors in here. I'm tabbing 2 things. I'm tabbing the plot and I'm tabbing the connections. And I'm finding the more of those things I can spot, the more fun I have with the story. So things are like starting to amp up and things are being revealed and I'm learning all the shit and I'm having a good time. I'm on page 360. So I have like 50 pages left. So I am going to knock this out. I don't know when exactly. Beebs and I are about to head out. It's about 10 right now. We had a bit of a slow morning. We're going to go get some breakfast and then we're going to go to the Half Price Books on Broadway because that one is going out of business after like 40 something odd years and it's really sad. So we're going to go and see what's what. So I'll take you around there. It's kind of a bittersweet thing for me. I always get sad when the bookstores close, but I used to work at that location. And I did really enjoy it, even though it didn't work out in the end. So. All day, but we got some books. I was really bad. I'm not really buying books this year. I've gotten 5 books like for the whole year, and I just added 3 more, but I've read them all already. We went to the half price on Broadway that's going out of business, and I wanted to go just one more time, and I cried because I'm on my period and I was very emotional. She's a pussy. So while we were there, I picked up Funny Feelings. This is a rom-com. I've read it before. I thought it was really funny. It's like Grumpy, Sunshine. They're both comedians. I had a good time with it. But I wanted to get something from them before they closed, so I decided to just play it safe and get something that I've already read, so I won't unhaul it in like a week. So I got that. What ones did you get from there, baby?
I got The Babysitter's Coven, which I heard was good.
Yeah, so I read that one.
I want to check it out. It has beautiful colors on it too. That's what attracted me to it. And I finally got, of course, Knight's Edge. Everybody's been reading this one, so hopefully. I really don't like vampire stories, but maybe this one will be different.
And my final 2 books, God, if Beebs wasn't there, I don't think she would have believed me when it happened. Because one of the other books she found, she was like, oh, I'm finding all the good things today. And I was like, man, if only I could find some Becky Chambers, because I've been on the hunt for the ones I'm missing for months now. And I was standing right in front of the science fiction shelf when I said that, and I looked directly in front of me, and they were both there. They were both there. These are the last 2 books in the Wayfarer series. It's a sci-fi series. It's very wholesome and cozy. Everyone should at least read book 1. And I can't believe that I found these. I can't believe it happened. So I obviously had to take them home because literal months I've been searching for these.
And then we went to
the other half-price location.
And I got a big old flop, of Addie LaRue. So I never read this one yet. So, oh God, it's such a nice flop.
Yeah, it's a nice addition.
Yeah, I saw this because everybody's just been talking about it, and she's already read this.
Yeah, I read that for Jante's Inferno.
Boys in the Valley. So I was like, oh, I want to check that one out. And then
We went to Barnes &
We
Noble.
went to Barnes & Noble because I was specifically looking for this book because I just read the
Black
River
River
Orchard from Chuck Wendig, and I gave it a 5-star because it was freaking great. So now I got the Book of Accidents by him, and hopefully I like this one. So yeah.
And now Beebs wants to show you all the books that she's hauled lately.
Yeah. I read some of them I haven't, but
She doesn't want to just film a book haul. She wants to show them now.
y'all get on her because she didn't want me to share these books with you.
I could have put them in a book haul. That's what I was saying.
The people like me.
And you could have been in the book haul.
Tell her. We got Dead Inside. So this is one I've been actually wanting to read for a long time also. I read the first one of PTSD Radio. So this is the second book. I gave the first one a 4-star. It's pretty cool. I mean,
his lips are disturbing.
Yeah. I don't know, it's pretty cool. It's okay. And then I got Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. I wanted to try some more of his books out because I read The Only One Left by Riley Sager, and let me tell you,
She loves that
one. Banger.
And she loves that edition so much.
Yeah, it's another floppy edition, which, oh god, it's just everything. This was a really good book. I was very, this was my first Riley Sager read ever, so I didn't really know what to think. A lot of people don't like him, a lot of people like him, so, but I really liked this one. Black River Orchard. Look how beautiful this freaking book is. I'm just obsessed. Fever House. This is a good book. I don't care what she says.
I gave it a 3. It was just the audiobook narrator was garbage.
Well, maybe that's why. I read all my books physically. I don't do,
She doesn't mess around with audiobooks.
Yeah, audiobooks or any of that. So, for me, the experience is, I think, maybe better. I don't know. There's the first one, if you haven't seen the cover of that one. This one I did read. And then he's a comedian. His name is Trevor Noah, and this is his, I don't know. Memoir, yeah. Born a Crime. This was actually really well. This was a 5-star for me. And I actually cried at the end of it. If it's not on your list, put this one on your list. Then, y'all, Exquisite Corpse. This was a good book, y'all. This was also a 5-star for me. This was really good. It's about these 2 serial killers, and they fall in love and just, they be fucking shit up. This was actually my first Simone St. James book, Sundown Motel. This one was good. I gave it a 4. So I know she's coming out with a new one. I don't know if it's next month or, yeah, I think it's next month. So I'm looking forward to that one too. But this one was good. And last one on the list, we have Bloom. It was okay all the way up until, I'd say, the last 5 pages. I was like, okay, it's gonna be a 3-star for me, right? Y'all, the last 2 pages, my jaw was on the floor because of this ending of this book. So it got a 4-star because of the last 2 pages. So yeah, pick this one up if you haven't. It's good. Look how beautiful that cover is too. And that was it, y'all. See, that wasn't so hard.
We could have just filmed a book haul.
Please tell her to stop whining, y'all. Anyway, thanks for letting me share.
Now we're gonna go read.
We're gonna go read.
Sunday, everybody. Did I fall asleep with 16 pages left of Crown of Midnight? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I just couldn't do it. And I had like a really bad stomach ache last night because we went out to dinner with Beeb's mom and it was awful. 10 out of 10. Do not recommend. It was so bad. So like I had a really bad stomach ache and Crampy Vampy's in full swing and it just was not the vibe and I couldn't push through the last 16 pages. But I did get up this morning and I finished it. We are done. Finally. These are all my tabs. I do have a lot of tabs here down towards the end because obviously with a series at the end of every book, typically things get like really heightened and start, going. I decided to go with a extremely low 3 for this one. The last time I read it, I gave it a 2, and I do stand by that rating, and I feel like if I wasn't reading this for Moss 101, and if I wasn't tabbing the shit out of this, I would have probably given it 2 stars again. The thing is, I feel so weird when it comes to Throne of Glass because in every attempt that I've tried so far, I really like the plot. I really want to know where things are going, and especially with Moss 101, I am having so much fun picking apart the text, looking for all the connections and what things mean in like the grander scheme of the universe. I am fascinated by all of that. I love all of that. My issue with this series is the characters. Oh, my soup. Is it my soupy? My issue is the characters. I really don't care for Selena. Like, I think she's pretty stupid. I think she's real dumb. And I really, really, really hate Kale. I think he is like a meathead to the highest degree. And I can't even fathom the fact that he has his own book later on in the series. Like, I don't know. I fear for Tower of Dawn if and when I make it that far. Dorian, I'm kind of on the fence about at this current time, and it's mostly just because if you've read this series, you know what is happening to him in this book, and I'm interested in how that's going to play out down the line. But if it wasn't for that aspect, like he's not very intelligent either. So I worry about my progression through this series without having any emotional attachment to like our 3 main characters. Now, I have gotten as far as Queen of Shadows, so I do know that the world is going to open up pretty vastly in Heir of Fire, and I know we get different perspectives and more people are coming into the picture. But I don't know with this kind of being like our core 3, if that's going to be enough to change my opinion on this series so far. But I'm a Virgo. I'm incredibly stubborn. And though I could just find a Reddit thread and get all of these questions answered for me, I want to do it myself. I want to find these things myself. I want the satisfaction of knowing. And that may bite me in the ass later, but I'm already doing it. I'm already in it. So here we are. But this is finally finished. I did skip Assassin's Blade when I started Moss 101, so that will be the next one I'm going into. I don't know if I'm going to start that right away or not. It's about 11 o'clock on Sunday. I have the whole day ahead of me. Beebs is taking a nap right now. Like, I have all the reading time in the world right now, and I don't know what I want to pick up next. I have several ebooks out from the library right now that I should pick up. I have ARCs waiting to be reviewed. I don't know. I don't know what we're picking. I will let you know when I decide, but I did make another decision. If you remember a few vlogs back, I had mentioned that Soup and I were reading Brace for Impact. Every morning, I sit down with Soup, I drink my coffee, I read aloud to her, and we started this one. We got to chapter 5. We're on chapter 5 right now, and I haven't picked it up since. I've had no desire to pick it up. Like, it was fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. I think I'm just not interested enough. The only thing gripping me about this anyway is the roller derby aspect. Like I don't know who this Gabby person is. Like I have no attachment to her. I've never heard of her before. I just saw roller derby and was interested. And I'm just not pulled in enough by her story, I think, to continue. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and DNF this, and I'm going to start a new sell pile for half price. So if any of y'all have read this, please let me know. It will be sitting in the house for a while still. I'm not like unhauling it immediately. So if you think that this is worth the read, if I should give it another try, you'll probably be able to persuade me. Just at this point, I already took it off of my Goodreads. Like I'm gonna put it aside, and we'll see what's what. So I will update y'all again once I figure out what the hell I'm doing with the rest of the day. So as you would have seen, I picked up the poetry of Emily Dickinson. This is something I picked up on a whim at half price years ago, and it's just been sitting on my shelves, I want to say, for like the last 2 years. I'm on page 76. I don't like it. It's just not for me. I'm really picky about poetry. I'm also like very new to poetry. Also, excuse the blanket, like I'm cold. But also, while we're discussing the blanket, doesn't this kitty kind of remind you of RuPaul? Because I always think of RuPaul when I see this one. But anyway, Emily Dickinson, not the vibe. I don't like it. In terms of the poetry itself, it's written very choppy. And I don't like it. Like I don't think it flows well. And also in the introduction, it stated that Emily Dickinson was not a religious person and how like that was a whole thing about her. But so much of this poetry that I've gotten to so far, like within the first 76 pages, has been religious based. And I'm just like, but I thought, and just I don't like it. And I know that when I talked about this book in my owned TBR video, I had mentioned that I thought that Emily Dickinson was from Massachusetts and was hoping to get some like New England nostalgia from it. That was in fact correct. I didn't make that up. She was a New England girly. But none of that was shining through in her poetry, like, which is fine. I'm more or less just happy that I wasn't talking out of my ass during that video because I really wasn't positive if she really was from Massachusetts or not. So I think I'm going to read on my Kindle. I don't think I'm going to finish anything else. Like, I don't think I'm going to pick up anything else physically, like off of my TBR. I think I'm going to read on my Kindle. I don't know what I'm going to pick. I did start watching Moana, so I may I may continue with that. I'm not sure. But yeah, if I read, it's going to be on my Kindle. We're just going to see where it takes us. You know, we're just going to live our life. It's okay to DNF things, people. If you've taken anything away from this video or my channel, it's okay to DNF. It is now Monday. Excuse everything, because y'all know how Mondays work in this house. I was just popping in to close out the vlog because I never did get back to y'all last night. What ended up happening was I watched Moana with Beebs because I had really been wanting to watch it. And then I then spent the next 3.5 hours watching the Taylor Swift tour. It was not my intention to watch the whole thing because it was so long. I was just going to kind of watch it in pieces. But that's not what ended up happening. I have opinions on it. If you don't know, Seven is my favorite Taylor Swift song, and it was not chosen for the TV adaptation. And I was a little bent about that. I'm not gonna lie. But other than that, like, it was fine. Like, I am not a Swiftie by any means, but I do enjoy some of her music for sure. So it just, you know, I've seen many a movie, concert, and it fits the bill. It's just incredibly long. In terms of reading, you'll see I did start What Feasts at Night. I did make it to chapter 6 of this. So this is the sequel to What Moves the Dead, which I remember really liking. But I read that, was it 3 years ago now? Like, it's been some time, and I did not reread before going into this one. So while I feel like I grasp enough of what happened in the first book, I feel just a little bit lost in this one. Like, I'm missing the nuance. So essentially in this book, it seems to be they're picking up right off where the first one left. Like, they've left the Usher house. They want to just rest and relax after all the traumatizing things that they went through in book 1. But they end up going back to Alex's lodge house, and the caretaker has died, and like everything seems like really off, and there are mushrooms around and everyone is triggered, but I don't think this story is going to be based off of the mushrooms. I could be mistaken. I'm only about 30% through, so I don't really know what exactly the big bad is in this one. I will say that it's been quite a long time since I've read a T. Kingfisher book. And if you've been here long enough, you'll remember that The Hollow Places by T. Kingfisher is one of my favorite books because this author so amazingly meshes humor with the disgust, and that's like my sweet spot. So there definitely is humor in here, and it's more of like a dry humor, so it appeals to me greatly. But I haven't gotten into like the icky sticky bits yet. But I'm hoping that I'll find some of that in here. I do plan on continuing. I didn't. I got distracted by TV, and that's fine. I'm not gonna get all bent out of shape that I didn't do more reading this weekend. My main goal was to just finish Crown of Midnight, and I did that. And I'm kind of starting the week off fresh. Like, there's always other things I need to read. But that was the main thing I wanted to do, and I did it. So, like, it's okay if you don't read 3, 4, 5 things in a weekend. It's okay if you DNF things you're not enjoying. It's okay if you decide you want to watch some TV. Like, all of that is fine. But I still wanted to bring you along. Not every weekend is going to be amazing. You know, we keep it very real over here. But thank you again for tuning in to another one of these weekend vlogs. Please give it a like if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and please talk to me down to the comments. I miss y'all down there. What are y'all up to? What did you do over this past weekend? Anything of note? Let's discuss. And I will see you soon in a new one. Bye.